Yeah. Na, na, na. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back. We should be back, bro. We should be back. Let me know if y'all hear me. Let me know if y'all see me. Okay, we should be good, though. We should be good. We're back. Yes. Already broken? God damn. I just got these. I'm pretty sure these shits are already broken, bro. Jeez. My God. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Sipping with SOLZ, episode 18. God damn. These shits are literally crackling in my ear, bro. Holy fuck. Oh my God. Y'all don't hear it. Hopefully y'all don't. These shits are literally crackling. Oh God, that sounded horrible. Crackling in my ear. But welcome back to another episode of Sipping with SOLZ. I'm your boy, your host with the most B SOLZ. You know what I'm saying? Back at it again with some pop culture, some yap, some topics to talk about. Appreciate the early bursts for coming through. Shout out to the 19 in the building. We got a decent amount of things to talk about today. But some housekeeping things. First of all, shout out to the early birds. Shout out to Cade. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Zach. Shout out to Folk Perry. Shout out to Jakey Bo, Karsten, typically Jezzy. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming through. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, liked the stream. If you haven't already, I see 2 likes with 20 people in here. Can we get to 10? Is that too much to ask for? I don't think so. Okay. Also, follow us on, leave a 5-star review on audio platforms. Let's see if we have a 5-star review to read right now. If we don't, that's going to be tough. We still do not have a 5-star review to read. But yeah, man, leave a 5-star review on audio. Listen to it on audio, man. Shout out to the Spotify, Apple Podcast family. I appreciate y'all for rolling through. And also shout out to the Instagram family, man. Shout out to the Instagram family. Y'all know I got to shout out to IG every stream now. We've been going crazy on here. 44.5 now. Closing in on 45K. You know, so appreciate y'all for following on Instagram, watching all the reels and things of that nature. As far as today, got a couple of things to talk about. Zoe Spencer getting cooked on Lil Rodney's son stream. Okay. Honestly, I want to talk about the Luka Laker Mavs game real quick. What else we got? Just some vibes, you know. Sometimes you just gotta vibe. My real first question I really want to ask y'all is how the cut looking, man? Cause I still don't know how I fully feel about it. I'm gonna be honest. So, for those who don't know, pretty obvious. Your boy just got a cut. Let me zoom in. Your boy just got a cut, okay? So typically what I get is 2 all around with a skin fade all around. So 2 up top, skin fade here, skin fade here, skin fade here, line me up. That's the cut. You know what I'm saying? That's the cut, right? But I wanted to switch it up. Like what's a cut that might look good on your boy? Try something out. So this time I got 4 up top because when I asked people what cut I should get on Instagram, essentially what everyone was telling me was leave some volume up top. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta go short. Leave some volume up top, but fade the sides. So the specific recommendation that I got was leave the length around the same, around where it was going into the cut, and then taper the sides and then taper the back. So this is a taper. This is. I asked for a mid taper. Apparently, everyone is telling me bro actually gave me a low taper. So I'm a little bit mad about that. But I don't know. Hey, everyone likes it, but I'm still kind of I'm still kind of on it. So let me share this. All right, boom. So I asked on Instagram which cut looks better on me. This is the cut I typically get, and this is the cut I just got. And by a landslide. The right side one. Now, to be fair, I don't have facial hair on the left side. And I do think facial hair is really carrying this look right now. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, by a landslide, 83%. They like the new cut better, y'all. They like the new cut better. I think next time, the reason why I'm also not like the biggest fan of this cut is because I like my cuts to last very long. I typically only go to the barbershop like once a month. And it's because when I get a cut, it's this short. You know what I'm saying? And when I go in, it's pretty fucking long. I ain't gonna lie. Like y'all have seen on the pod what I look like when I have like my long hair. I look fucking greasy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I look greasy as hell. But yeah, I feel like this cut is really only gonna last me like a week and a half. That's my main problem with it. I feel like it's only gonna last me a week and a half until I need another cut. But I like it. It's something different. You know what I'm saying? I do look a little grown. With it. You know, I think it is time, especially now that, you know, I'm getting married this year. I gotta start looking grown, y'all. Baby face days are over. You know, I ain't no kid anymore. I'm a grown man. Bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? Family to provide for. Like, we gotta grow up. So, yeah, I think next time I'm probably gonna keep the length at a 4 and then get a high taper fade instead on the sides. I feel like that would look a little bit better. But I don't know. I still got a baby face. I haven't been to a barber since 2019. I'm scared to go back to one. How often do you get a cut, though? Typically once a month. Like once every 3.5 to 4 weeks. But with this cut, I might have to go like every 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see how this grows out. That may be a more deciding factor in this. Is like what this cut looks like 2 weeks after the fact. That's probably what's going to decide it. You barely have facial hair now. It's not carrying the look. All right, here we go. You telling me I barely have facial hair now? You know what's crazy? The main thing that's really pissing me off, and before I zoom out, is can I do anything to connect this right here? I feel like my mustache just like peaks right here, right? It is growing right here. And then it just stops growing right here. Like, I don't know if I just need to wait it out or if this is just what it is. Like, should I try to grow? Like, it literally stops in the middle. Shit is mad annoying. I don't know. I'm assuming it should connect, right? I do have minoxidil. LMAO, I thought that was intentional. No, that's not intentional, bro. This is not intentional. I look great. Now I can't unsee it. Now I can't unsee it. Jesus Christ. Do some push-ups, buddy. You're cooked. What? You trying to get off fat jokes as I'm talking about facial hair? This is crazy. Do you ever use a derm? I do. I have everything. Because I really was trying to like grow out a beard last year. It's just the work with the derma roller and the minoxidil was like too crazy. Also, putting minoxidil right here, I don't know. Like I would accidentally lick the top of my lip. Now I got minoxidil in my mouth. It was just a bad look, bro. I don't know, but maybe I'll experiment a little bit, man, because this looks kind This looks kind of crazy, y'all. This looks kind of crazy. Regardless, chat. God, I'm still gonna be wearing my hats though. Psych. Nah. My hair don't look this good that often, so I'm gonna not wear the hat as much as possible. Okay. In terms of what we're talking about today, one of the activities that I want to do in the stream is a truth or drink. Okay, let me zoom out now. All right, one of the things I want to do today is truth or drink. I do got my drink here with me. This is apple cider cranberry with some Henny in it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm at that point where I'm just trying to clear the fridge, chat. Okay, I'm just trying to clear the fridge. Truth or drink. Let's keep it a buck edition. Some of y'all just don't know how to follow the rules and just did a general truth or drink. But if y'all want to get some last minute submissions in, truth or drink, let's keep it a buck edition. We will do that at some point during the stream. Is it true that Sarah J is your number one? Go, yo. Sarah J is not my number one, okay? I already said my number one on the pod. If y'all really listen, because sometimes I do be mumbling, y'all would know who it is. It is not Sarah J. It's a nasty name, though. It is a nasty name. Yeah, Brett, I got you on the Google slides. It is a nasty name, but I've said it. I've said it on the pod. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with dumbass tweet of the day. My growing favorite segment on this podcast. Dumbass tweet of the day. Y'all paying $15 for this? What is this? A tray with some wings, some fries. What is this? Loaded fries, ranch, and a double bacon cheeseburger. I feel like this is a good deal. Am I tripping? Is that the fat ass in me coming out? This looks like a good deal. Yes, I would pay for this. I don't know. What is the commotion? Why does this have 3K likes? Why does not 3K likes? Why does this have 3K replies? What the fuck? Now you not for $15, that's a steal. This is a great deal. Food don't even look that bad. Let's see what the replies are talking about. Hold on. Okay. I don't know what. I never know what. You know what I'm saying? What is this? Got drunk and made spinach crab dip. Okay. What the fuck is this? $15, that's nothing. You're paid with your health. An hour later. All right. Do I have to pay extra for this? What is the commotion? Hold on. Let me see what the quote tweet's talking about. Just learned how expensive Dunkin' Donuts is, though. Y'all East Coast guys just be justifying crazy prices. What do you mean? Dunkin' Donuts is honestly one of the cheaper options in terms of the fast food up here. This is too much food. I'm sorry. And I will get two. This is too much food? Okay. Let me. I just sounded like a crazy fat ass saying that. Let me get it straight. This is too much food. But in this economy, you do not have to buy. You do not have to eat all this food, is what I'm saying. You do not have to eat all this food. I think we have lost the art of leftovers, low key. We have lost the art of eating only what you need to and then saving the rest for later. What I'm seeing right here is really 2.5 meals for $15. Now, mind you, I've been to Chipotle lately. A bowl at Chipotle now is like $14. And you're definitely not getting this much food. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Hey, chat, what I see is this is lunch, right? The wings is lunch. half of the fries is lunch, and you got half of the fries and a burger for dinner. Or whichever one you want the freshest, just eat that first. You know what I'm saying? But God, I didn't know this was causing so much backlash. Why y'all tripping over this? This is a steal. This is a steal. Okay. Let's go ahead and keep it pushing. Let's go to the mini reactions. Let's go to the mini reactions of the day. Okay. YouTuber Corey Kenshin's original manga Monsters We Make breaks U.S. sales record with over 200K copies sold in its first week. Yes, sir. That's dope. That's dope to see, bro. That's dope to see. I know when it comes to representation in media, a lot of people, especially when it comes to I don't know, minorities or I guess black people specifically, everyone has been crying, yo, just make original stories instead of like, you know, race switching. This is an original story. And I'm glad it's getting the backing that it's getting. This is dope. This is dope. We need new IP, chat. That is one thing in society we are missing. And I've had a decent amount of conversations about this already. I get why the industry is doing what it's doing. Like we saw that picture on the pod of like the new movies coming out this year. Literally all sequels, all part 5s, part 6s, part 7. Don't nobody need Shrek 5, bro. I'm sorry. Ice Age 6, like I know I'm making shit up now. But especially for this newer generation needs new IP. And I'm not trying to gas this up to be the next greatest thing, but it's definitely you know, a step in the right direction, bro. Definitely a step in the right direction. And even based off of like Corey's comments on you know why he's been taking a break, this being a big part of it. This is a big deal for Corey, and I can tell. You don't even need to say anything. I can tell that this is a really big deal for him. Just because as YouTubers, chat, especially if you've been doing it as long as Corey, you low-key feel like you're in a hamster wheel. A lot of us feel like we're in a hamster wheel where we gotta keep on creating content for the rest of our lives, and if we stop, our income stops, and you know, we're cooked financially. You know, this fear that you will always be a YouTuber, and if you're not a YouTuber, you start having this identity crisis. What can I do in my life? All these different things. And I'm glad, you know, YouTubers and content creators and influencers now, they're thinking of life beyond YouTube. You know, they're thinking of life after, you know, being in front of a camera. And I think this is the step for Corey. You know what I'm saying? I personally feel as if every content creator has a shelf life. That's just a reality of the situation. You know, if you're popping for over 5 years, you are 1% of the 1% already. Let alone Corey, to the heights that he's gotten, he is 0.0001% already. But you know, you gotta find that next path in life. You can't be in front of the camera the whole time. And also just challenging yourself creatively as well. You know, when you've dominated YouTube the way you've had, what's that next challenge? And it seems like for him, that's making a manga, that's making a comic book or whatever you want to call it. I know chat's already debating on what it can be or what this actually is. And I'm glad he's succeeding. And I hope the best. I hope the best for Mr. Kenshin, man. I hope the best for Mr. Kenshin. Okay. Truth or drink, Jason Tatum offers you $50K to take 50 back shots from JT himself. Do you accept? Truth? No. Oh, shout out to JT, by the way, man. He owns the Knicks. That dude owns the Knicks. All right. Next up, mini reaction. This don't gotta be a clip. Who watched the Laker game, y'all? Who watched the Laker Mavs game, man? Let's just get the hoop talk out the way. God, basketball has made me cry multiple times the last couple of days, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Now you might be asking, B SOLZ, how has basketball been making you cry? When UConn won, and Gino subbed out the starters, and Paige hugged Gino, and it was an elongated hug. I ain't gonna lie, chat. I teared up. Teared up. It was a sweet moment, chat. I got a heart. I got emotions, okay? I teared up when I seen that. But second of all, this tribute that the Mavs made for Luka and Luka's reaction to it, bro, this was gut-wrenching, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It made me angry. I'm gonna be honest. It made me angry, and I felt sorry for Luka, bro. Cause the amount of luck, like just period point blank, a player like Luka does not come to your franchise just regularly like that. A top 10 all-time caliber. I'm not saying he is. A top 10 all-time talent caliber player does not walk through your locker room just willy-nilly like that. You know what I'm saying? And especially in today's age where like loyalty is a big question, player mobility is a big conversation, you found a guy that really embraced not only your franchise but the culture of your city. This is a guy who grew up in Dallas. You know, grew up to be a man in Dallas, became one with the city. And there was no sign that he ever wanted to leave. He loved the city. And that's rare. I'm going to be honest with you. Nowadays, that's rare to me. And for y'all to trade him the way that y'all traded him to, middle of the night, middle of the season, you know, didn't really feel like you gave him a fair shot. Just because, and then to go after and say all the shit about him. Some of it valid, but a lot of it is, I ain't gonna lie, y'all trying to get y'all shit off on Luka, bro. Like that's just crazy. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. He really loved Dallas. And to trade him at 25, 26, that's insane. To maximize a 2 to 3 year window. Like, is this the method? I don't know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole again. But it just made me mad. It just made me mad because he didn't deserve this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That motherfucker didn't deserve it. And I get it. He's fine. He's a millionaire. He's playing for the Lakers. He'll be straight. But yeah, he got done dirty. And for them to do like a smear campaign after the fact, that's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, like you said, SOLZ, this time a line? What? Okay. Let's keep it pushing. Okay. DDG responds to people saying he's using Halo for content.
All parents do the same. All parents do the same shit. If you look at my mama Instagram, all her kids on there. Why y'all ain't cancel her?
Daryl, we gotta stop, bro. That's the argument. I mean, your mama posting all your. We gotta, come on, bro. Come on, Daryl. Come on, bro.
Nice. All parents do the same shit. If you look at my mama Instagram, all her kids on there. Why y'all ain't cancel her? Cancel my mama. You look at my dad Instagram, all his kids. Why y'all don't do that? Why y'all don't cancel my parents? But when I do it, because I'm one of the most famous, most lit, most richest black creators in the entire world, it's a problem when I do it though, right? But if I was a
like you literally, he literally explained why it could be even viewed as problematic is because your mom is not you. You're one of the most lit content creators in the world right now. The level of eyes you're exposing your kid to is completely different than my mom posting about my cousins on Facebook. Like, we gotta stop. We gotta stop, bro. Shout out to AK for the $5 off the strength. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. And look at these replies. Funny Mike literally stream all day with his kids. TikTok full of everybody kids all over the world. He does LMAO. He went from Woo Wop to Halo. He's been leeching off others his entire career. Did he even consult Hallie? He's just famous, so the videos and clips get views. Unlike most parents, he's not using him for views, just collecting memories. I think that's more so like what the conversation really is like, I don't think whenever a content creator puts their child in front of a camera or posts them on the story, I don't think it's inherently malicious to do that. But it is something that, like, if you do it intentionally with the purpose of like blowing up, creating a brand around it, and monetizing it, and knowing what that entails, that's when it becomes nasty to me. You know what I'm saying? Like you made your internet personality being a parent, being a father, and putting your kid in like I'm telling y'all, chat, there's a lot of rabbit holes that y'all can look up on YouTube about problematic family content, and you will find out very easily why I am so against family content. Like, some of these rabbit holes have literally led to child abuse, and I can see the not justifying it, but I can see the chain of events that made the parents think the way that they did, and how that translated to the children. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, people won't listen. People won't ever listen, though. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Let's see what else we got here, chat. Let's see what else we got here. BBLs are getting removed? What is going on?
So this is part 2 on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed. So in part 1, I was telling y'all how my sit-down ear was stinking real bad. And it got to the point to where I had to carry around...
Sit-down air? What does that... Wait. Sit down. You talking about... What? What?
Telling y'all how my sit-down ear was stinking real bad. And it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume, because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger. It was like an embarrassment. I didn't want to come out the bathroom with it smelling like that and someone else was waiting at the door. When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. I'm first. I'm
No
in
way.
denial. Like, no, you're hating. You're mad. I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, you know, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that raw eating flesh. I really was like,
Oh.
so this one day, me and my boyfriend, we getting ready, to do something.
Yeah, you gotta stop, woman. Take care of what you got, okay? Ew. No, she really meant air. Yeah, she did mean air. Listen, man. Y'all are beautiful just the way y'all are, okay? Even to the guys in the chats, okay? You do not need surgery. You know, if you don't got it like that, you don't got it like that. That's just my theory on it, man. If you don't got it like that, you don't got it like that. You will attract the men that you deserve to attract naturally, and you'll be just fine. There's plenty of dicks in the sea. You know? You'll be just fine. Plenty of dicks in the sea. But is it a self-confidence thing? I guess. My thing is where y'all getting this money from? How much? Let me ask this, man. Let me ask. How much? Nah, I actually got to go on incognito for this one. How much does a BBL cost? Like, okay. Like, how do y'all even have disposable income to just spend anywhere from $7,000 to $17,000 to get some cosmetic surgery? Like, that's my main thing, bro. And this is like pre-tariffs, okay? This is this economy. You know, like how are y'all getting this money? You know, I feel like I make a decent amount of money, but the more and more I live life every single day, I'm just like, damn, there is a lot more money to get out there. Loan? Y'all think they're loaning these out? It ain't no tariffs on ass. Why was she getting one if she had a man already and didn't she ask him? The man probably wanted it. Hey, babe, I know your ass is fat, but what if it was fatter? You see what I'm saying? They loan girls. Yeah. You know what? That's fair. They're probably loaning this on crazy high interest rates. Now you paying $300 a month to keep your BBL. Like, that's kind of crazy. Man. Why is it on GoodRx? The average surgeon fee for a BBL is $4,800. God damn. Oh, look at these freaky ass pictures. Freaky ass pictures. Including follow-up care can easily be anywhere from $6,000 to $18,000 based on geographic region and many other factors. Because it's cosmetic surgery, a BBL typically is not covered by health insurance. Look for an experienced board-certified plastic surgeon and ask questions about the cost you should consider. Paying a cardinal for a BBL. Hey, that's what they're willing to do, chat. That's what they're willing to do. It's sad. It's sad, man. You're good enough. Okay? You're good enough. But yeah, your BBL, like, I don't...
So this...
What does that even mean? Like, I'm still confused. Like, what type of smells are you smelling? You know what I'm saying? What does that even entail? Okay, let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing, y'all. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes, man. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Okay. Let's do this. Let's keep it a buck, truth or drink. Okay? Let's do this. Let's keep it a buck, truth or drink, fellas. And then we'll get into the other topics. Okay. We got a little slideshow here. Oh, damn, it's cut off. God damn it. Okay, we'll do this. All right, we'll just do this. Not looking to the left. Okay, we got more on Instagram, by the way. Which Let's Keep It a Buck member would you kick out besides yourself? Oh, wow. Can't get out with this one. Can't get out with this one. Or can I? I'd kick all of them out. No cap. Look at Cardiac. Which Let's Keep It a Buck member would you kick out besides yourself? Truth or drink? I'm a drink. Sorry, chat. Yeah, I'm a kick Cruz. You know the all right. The real answer is it changes damn near every week. I ain't gonna lie. There are certain weeks where certain people get on my nerves. That's really what it is. The answer is what Stephen A say? The answer's fluid. Okay? Yeah, I got out of it, Chad. I got out of it. Now, I'm really not lying though. I'm really not lying. Okay. Which Let's Keep It a Buck member would leave first? I think it would either be, I think for like, in terms of, because I think Damo might leave, but not because he doesn't want to do the pod, but because of like financial situations, it's not working. But in terms of like who would leave just off the strength of like they don't want to do this anymore, it's probably Sage or me. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Cause I think compared to everyone else, I definitely have the most days of like, bro, I just do not want to be on the internet anymore. Like I just want to fade away and mind my own business. But if it's not me, it's probably gonna be Sage. You know, Twitch starts blowing up. Listen, guys, I just don't got enough time or energy to do the pod anymore. You know, I gotta watch One Piece again for five days. It'd probably be Sage. I ain't gonna lie, man. Now, would I be mad? Not necessarily. I'm happy for my guys and them succeeding. You know? But hey. Come on, bro. We gotta do better than this. Come on. God, I can't even. God! If Let's Keep It a Buck were all women, who would you kiss, marry, and kill? Jeez, this is crazy. Who would I kiss, marry, and kill? Yo, this is a gay question. Nothing wrong with being gay, but that's just not how I roll. Let's start off with who I would marry. Let's start there. Who would I marry? It'd probably be Damo, man. I ain't gonna lie. Probably be Damo, man. Yeah. Kiss. This is so ayo, bro. This whole question is so ayo. Oh my god, bro. It'll probably be Sage, and I'd kill Omar. I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Last question on here. Who will be the most? Nah, that was an ayo question, bro. What the fuck? No. God. Who will be the most successful Let's Keep It a Buck member in 2 years? Most successful in 2 years. So 2027. Boy, There's some candidates now, man. So first of all, we gotta define success. Let's just keep it a social media. Let's just keep it a social media. Let's keep it to who's gonna have the biggest platform. Cause success varies. Motherfuckers got real jobs out here. Depending on the promotions people get, they may be the most successful. But let's just talk about who will have the biggest platform in 2 years. So I think right now, I still have the biggest platforms in totality. Okay. But 2025 Sage and Omar, man. Late 2024 Omar, 2025 Omar, Sage right now. Hey man, these boys coming. You see what I'm saying? Right? These boys coming. Pause. I seen Sage with his One Piece stream, holding down 1,000 the whole time. Peaked at 2. You know what I'm saying? Big O getting 100K views on a regular. As far as myself, I feel like right now I'm still in my discovery phase of like trying to find out what really, really is gonna hit. Once I find it, once I crack the code, y'all know how I get once I crack the code. I get dangerous when I crack the code. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to put money on it, most successful 2027, Solo, Dolo. I'ma go O, man. I'ma go O. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'ma go O. Sage won't be far behind though. Sage, like, they're gonna be completely different niches. But yeah. I'm gonna go O, bro. I think Omar got the chance to be on the Joe Budden pod in 2 years, for real. Fuck it. You might lead Let's Keep It a Book to being bigger than the Joe Budden pod. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. All right. We got a couple more on the IG stories. What's good? I don't know. Let's go ahead and see what we got on the IG stories. Let's see what we got here. Best meat dropper and Let's Keep It a Buck. All right, Glowzak. Jesus Christ. Who is y'all favorite fan member of the community if y'all had one? It would have to be Cruz, technically. Oh, Cardiac too. Say Sage and keep it pushing. Here you go. Favorite fan member of the community. All right. If Cardiac and Cruz are disqualified from the conversation because that's too Mickey. Favorite community member. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever we did those Q&As and the dude from New York always pulled up, that dude was mad funny. I like that dude. I like that dude, man. I wish he never stopped watching the pod, man. That's a funny guy. I don't even know if y'all know that. Okay. What was your least favorite bit or topic the pod has ever done? Ooh. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. The most uncomfortable I've ever been about like just the topics we was talking about, chat. When we did that smoking on Queen Elizabeth pack pod, bro. Ooh. That got uncomfortable, bro. That got like just from a I don't even know if y'all remember. That was like that might have been our first IRL pod or second. Let me pull it up. Because that was chat. That was crazy. Queen Elizabeth. Let's keep it a buck. Oh shit, that don't even pop up. That don't even pop up, bro. It was an insane pod. That was an IRL pod too. So I mean, in terms of just pure uncomfortability, I don't think I've ever been as it's right here. the title, Smoking on That Queen Elizabeth Pack. Jesus Christ. But yeah, in terms of just comfortability, I've never been as uncomfortable being on the pod than the Daquan moment. Like, I'm gonna just keep it a stack. But I don't think that's really the question. Because that wasn't really a bit or a topic. But yeah. Okay. Jay Gray says, was Sage's water issue really affecting the pod for real, for real? No, y'all really want to get down to the meat and potatoes. Okay. So the thing about the Sage water issue is it wasn't y'all take things way too literally. That's the problem. That's the problem. Y'all take things way too literally. It wasn't just about him getting water in a vacuum. You know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't tripping and being like, oh my God, get off the pod because you want to keep, you know what I'm saying, keep getting a water before the pod. Like, no one was saying that. No one was saying that. The overall issue was him being late to shit. That's really what it was. Like that's all it was. But yeah. Okay. Let's see. Share any radical ideas you had that failed or didn't get any support from the group. Radical ideas. I did pitch moving to New York one time. I didn't even try to escalate that. That was a one night thing, man. What about New York, man? We keep on talking about Atlanta. What about New York? You know, what else? Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I think the whole basketball pivot that I was going for, we never really executed it the way I envisioned it. And I feel like a lot of these conversations that we're having right now would just be completely different if we just handled that basketball pivot completely different. One, I think we did it in the wrong time. I'll say that. But two, I think it was just misconstrued in terms of how basketball-y I wanted the pod to be. So let me get this straight. I have never wanted to be a pure X's and O's basketball pod. Okay? I've never wanted the pod to just be us getting into the nitty-gritty basketball conversations for the whole duration of the pod. That has never been my thing. My thing has always been packaging. My thing has always been, how do we look on a first impression basis? My thing has always been, from a branding perspective, from just a clips perspective, what are we clipping up? What are the titles and thumbnails looking? You know, at first glance, what's our elevator pitch? You know what I'm saying? What's our elevator pitch? And the elevator pitch for me was always just, let's be a basketball pod that, you know, is with the shits when you actually watch it. But in terms of what we clip up, it's probably all gonna be basketball. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the shorts that we optimize for, it's all gonna be basketball. I think a blueprint of this actually is the Club 520 podcast and the It Is What It Is podcast. Like, their branding is sports. Their branding is still being a sports podcast. But if you actually listen to their podcast, like, they don't really get, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really get down with the X's and O's. They're not a basketball enthusiast podcast. This is a sports podcast for the casual, by the casual, keeping the conversations light and just being entertaining as possible. But I felt like that was misconstrued. We leaned into the basketball way too much at one point. We were also streaming on the wrong platform because I believe we did the basketball pivot on Twitch and creating a sports podcast on Twitch just ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that basketball pivot was always misconstrued by everyone involved, man. But hey, it is what it is. We're here. Okay. What's up with y'all on these cheating questions? Jesus Christ. Who's the worst at gaming? My guess would be 4 Omar, 3 Damo, 2 Ben, me, 1 Sage. Wait, what? He thinks I'm the second best gamer in the group? Oh, no. There's a clear hierarchy when it comes to gaming. 1 and 2, 1 is Sage, 2 is Damo. 1 is Sage, 2 is Damo. 3 and 4, I'd probably go me. And then Omar at 4. But I wouldn't even classify myself as a gamer. I don't think Omar would classify himself as a gamer. So there's 2 gamers and non-gamers in the group. That's ultimately what it is. Any of y'all ever cracked the same shorty? What's up with you, bro? What's one habit that is holding you back from taking yourself to the next level? Ooh, that's a good question. What's one habit that we have that is holding us back from taking us to the next level? I think overall just complacency. I think overall is just complacency. Now, what does complacency look like for the podcast is a lot. It means a lot of things. It encompasses a lot of things. But, I found it crazy in hindsight that we go months without guests. Because we're just comfortable showing up every Monday and Thursday and doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? From a shorts perspective, we wasn't really trying to innovate as much as we could, especially now that we actually are trying. Oh my God, we had so many misses. On the shorts front. Also, even within the content, not pushing back at each other enough. I know Omar's very big on that. We don't push back on each other enough. Not reaching out to guests. What else? Not taking initiative. I think is another one. Not taking initiative when it comes to coming up with ideas for the podcast. I think I'm gonna just keep it a stack. Very uneven split right now. Very uneven split. I wish all 4 of us was equally as bought in. I understand everyone got different responsibilities and things of that nature, but more and more buy-in from everyone. What else? What else are we lacking on, man? I think we've definitely got back to having fun. I think that's a good thing. What else is holding us back? I mean, you can always bring up not being in person, but that's not really a habit. What's a habit? I know Omar wants to get off so much shit right now. I mean, Omar, you can hop on a Discord call. We can chop about this. We can chop it up about this. What else is holding us back? I think there was a point in time where we were all big on like everyone has to grow their individual platforms, and I'm definitely happy that we have all grown our individual platforms. But I feel like at times the pod takes a back burner a little bit too much for everyone. Yeah, pod takes a backseat a little bit too much for everyone. This convo starts a civil war every time. Don't start no Discord call. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Omar want the conflict, man. There's not much conflict, man. I'm just answering these questions. All right. Omar locking in with YouTube and Sage with Twitch. Definitely help y'all grow. All right, here you go. Jesus Christ. Did it help us grow? Like just a podcast. Did it help us grow? I don't know if it did. Cause I think I think we're in a such unique position where we're this like group collective with everyone having their own platforms. But when you look at all the other groups out there, they are focused. Like a lot of their energy and resources go to growing the group. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's us. And I understand y'all might bring up, but what about AMP? That's a completely different scenario, okay? Completely different scenario from us. We're talking about 4 big-time YouTubers that combined already for like that 4 or 5, however many YouTubers that already had 1 million plus subscribers each, combining into one collective. That is completely different from our scenario. But yeah, when you look at all the other groups out there, they're focused on like the group project is their main thing. But us, it's like this in between of like, you know, I wouldn't say we went the AMP route, because if I'm the most established one in the group, then that's not the AMP route. I'm sorry, with all due respect to myself. Whatchamacallit. But I also don't think we're this RDC type of group where, again, all the focus is just growing this community. And that's it. You know, I don't think we're more aligned with like, oh my God, I can't get this off. I don't even think we're like a Joe Budden type of podcast. I don't even think we're that. We're in this like weird middle ground. I don't know. So would you do more group content on other channels to push brand of the core 4? I would just do more content with the bros. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I would just do more content with the bros. That's it. I gotta fix my settings, man. All right. I should be able to hear you now. Yup.
Yeah, we can hear each other. Oh, wait.
Chat, can y'all hear him?
Can y'all hear me, chat?
I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me? Can you hear me now?
I don't think it's coming through your mic. Tap it.
Oh, it's not. Okay, now it is.
There you go. All right, man. What's on your mind, man? What's on your biscuit? Pause. Is that pause?
I want to answer some of the same questions with you. I want to give my POV.
Okay.
I'm ready, and I'm not holding back. No drink.
Okay. Well, let's go back to some of the ones that were asked already. Okay. Let me go back to the slideshow. Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay, that's not. I didn't come here to answer.
Okay. Let's start off light. Let's start off light. Okay. Who will be the most successful pod member in 2 years?
And this is success by content. I saw you.
Yeah. Cause let's just keep it. Who will have the biggest individual platform? 2 years.
It's getting hard to measure. It'd probably be between me and Sage. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's myself, but like it depends on how you view. Because right now he's peaking at like what he just did the stream and he averaged like, or he maxed out at like 2,000, but was averaging 1,000 or whatever the case may be for the marathon or whatever.
Yep.
But without knowing his sub count, that's a little hard to really guesstimate.
1,400.
You said 1,400?
Yeah.
You know, you can do some math, 1,400. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's respectable right there.
That's light. Nah, that's crazy.
No. I said that's respectable. Plus the YouTube views and all that stuff like that. I mean that's a big factor. I know for the next 2 years for me, with the way that the views are going and the collaboration opportunities and stuff like that, I'm looking to expand just beyond the subscriber count. So it's like you said, whose platform am I gonna be on? Type shit. But for the sake of the conversation, I'll say me as a competitor. But it really is a toss up between me and Sage.
So I got like no shot to you. Be real.
You don't
Be
create
real
enough unless you like lock in for real.
Damn, I'm not locked in for real.
No, not on creating content for real. Not on an individual level. No.
Damn. Okay. I mean that's fair.
Especially if we talking like comparison to what you've been like. No. I would not say this is like a peak level of SOLZ. No.
Just because I haven't figured out the non-basketball shit, man. It's cool though. It's cool.
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
It's cool. I'm figuring it out on Instagram though. Let me become next Keith Lee.
There you go.
That's the thing. All right. Let's see. Next one. Which Let's Keep It a Buck member would leave first?
Actually agree with you on Damo. Due to like outside stuff will probably take him out of the conversation. Like non-pod stuff would take him out of the conversation beforehand. And then it would be Sage, and then it would be me, and then it would be you. In that order.
You think he'd leave before me?
Yeah, I'd probably leave before you. Off of some like I got other ventures type situation. Well, I don't really see yeah, that would literally be the true order. Dama would definitely be first though.
That's fair.
No questions asked.
All right. Okay, this one's probably the juiciest one out of the ones from the presentation. Which Let's Keep It a Buck member would you kick out besides yourself?
I don't have to drink to this. The answer is Sage. It's Sage. Priorities. What am I trying to say? Priorities and then commitment level. Priorities and commitment level. After the conversation that we had today, with the brand guy, and then also I had I did a podcast with somebody else that's coming out. I think it's not coming out. It's coming out next Sunday, like this upcoming Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Like just knowing the level of commitment, plus the other level of commitment that I already know. That other bigger creators have put in to their content. I think that like the help that Sage could bring that he doesn't is detrimental. Now, with that being said, Damo is also a very close second. I'm not gonna lie to you. Damo is also a very close second. Yeah. Now, but what I will say is Damo is in a phase right now on camera wise that is definitely undeniable. He is in an on camera. Damo, I don't want to say his master content, but he's in a real good groove of like making good preview clips, delivering his message straight, concise, compact, to where it can be delivered in like short form content. Like he's not stepping on it with prefaces. Like Damo's pretty good on camera right now. For like he's like really good on camera right now.
Yeah, and I think he's in a similar stage where Sage was before he got the help that he got. But like content wise on camera, when you in there, one of them ones. But you just got to figure out the marketing, title, thumbnail, packaging, editing style, type of deal. But
his personality on camera is straight. But and then if we're talking about you, I mean the look at my fiance in the background. But the off camera stuff is just it's too important to I mean, let go. If we had to do it as like a Joe Budden comparison, because I know people like that. Definitely Parks with the on camera talent as well. You're also peaking as well right now on camera. Like I don't think I think people laugh at like the focus groups that I host sometimes for the podcast or whatever. But on camera, you're peaking. And then also the behind the scenes stuff, technical stuff that can't be ignored. Damo on camera is peaking. And then I think with what I said with Sage, the off camera is not there. And then on camera, there's still struggles. That's the true assessment.
Okay.
Unfiltered.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Well, since we're here, was Sage's water issue really affecting the pod for real?
I didn't know what you said, but it's different than the water. It's just how you didn't get candid. I know you didn't get candid for real. It's bigger than water. It's a communication thing. And this is a consistent communication thing that exists primarily with Sage.
Okay.
So I know you didn't get that deep. I know you left.
No. I said it wasn't just that in the vacuum. Like we wasn't pissed just about the water.
No, it's just because I'm on your channel. And we can deal with it in the meeting. And I'd love to have the conversation. We adjust primarily for one person right now. And when we adjust for that one person, it doesn't get met. I'm going too hard.
You're trying to have a meeting. Okay.
You know, if this is the way to initiate it, this is the way to
bro. Okay.
No, but I'm keeping it real. This is real. Like you ain't said nothing. You haven't combated me, so I don't think you disagree.
You trying to have a meeting, man.
Oh,
okay. Next question.
Trying to pie, man.
This one I already answered. I actually gave a bunch of answers for this. What's one habit that is holding you back from taking yourself to the next level? Well, like a pod habit for all of us, I guess.
Oh, you know what? Our energy as a collective sometimes can be And I also think we consciously think about what like the community is gonna say or whatever is gonna say. That is, it just, takes us out of the conversation sometimes. I do like the fact that we can contribute to like the cheating conversation more recently without really thinking too much about, sometimes my girl is gonna see this or like some of that stuff. This is literally for the podcast. I know people do have real lives and they got to deal with it and all that other stuff, but sometimes you do have to pod and create the content and tell the stories. There was one point in time, and all of us like fall to this. I'm just gonna speak to you though. There was one point in time where like we would talk about relationship stuff, and your answer was, "Why? I've only been in one relationship." And from like a viewer's perspective, or for somebody else who might review it or whatever, it's like, God, just can you add something, even if it's inaccurate? Lie, create the content, create content. I still think we fall into those habits sometimes, and then also we come on the podcast like tired, like visibly tired, like it just shows in our energy level, and that's bad. That's really bad.
Well, I personally said just a level of complacency, in regards to a bunch of different shit. Do you feel like that's true?
What do you mean by that? You probably have to.
Well, the example I gave specifically was just like, bro, for months we didn't have a guest on, and we were just used to going on the pod Monday, Thursday, showing up, showing out, and then moving on with our day type shit. Also, like, recently, now that we've put in effort to really dig deep into why Shorts isn't working, yeah, we was doing a lot of bad shit. like we were just, okay, this is what worked for us in 2020. Let's just keep doing it. Like we fell into the trap of blaming the algorithm as opposed to blaming ourselves. And that's one thing I never want to I understand, especially with conversations we had today, the algorithm isn't all organic. But I think just falling into the trap of like blaming the algorithm instead of like looking inward. We fell into that trap a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
I can agree with the entirety of the sentiment. And I think that a podcast, and I still believe this, like this format works worse when you are younger and inexperienced. And the worst thing that we can do is like not go out, not live life, not gain experience, not gain different perspective. Also, and then if we don't bring anybody on, it's worse. So it's easy every week to come on, have the conversation be about Mike Malone or some basketball topic. All four of us agree that it was a bad move for the Nuggets. All four of us say that Jokic might end up being a Laker, like that. All that's easy to say to get the 2 hours out, and then just be done, as opposed to challenging, fighting, being dynamic, bringing something different to the table, et cetera, et cetera. Ultimately, that all that ties into complacency. I agree with you, though. I agree with you, big bro. You hitting it.
All
You
right.
hitting the nail on the head. That was it.
Yo. All right, it's a little bit more lighthearted. Who is the messiest person in the Airbnb? Clothes everywhere, residue on the toilet, etc. I don't even remember enough to really answer this. Like, I'm not even trying to.
I tripped over Cruz's phone cord, so I'm gonna say him.
Nah,
I'll be honest
out
with
of court four. Out of court four.
Oh yeah, I don't.
I think we're all pretty clean, bro. Like, I'm being serious.
And if you have a mess, it's not like this ain't no situation where people left dishes everywhere.
Yeah, but
Like,
I
I
do have
just
this
got my
theory
dish.
though, that because
Okay.
of how we talk on the pod, when we get together, motherfuckers be tightening up with just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Doing things that they don't usually do.
I don't perceive anybody. You know what's crazy? I don't really
I can't
perceive
put
it.
a name on it. Let me say that before
Oh, yeah.
I'm being so serious. I can't put a name on it, but I would not be surprised if these conversations about like how much do you switch your rag, your wash rag. Oh, I switch it every 3 days. One of y'all be switching it every 2 months, man, and you don't got you be lying.
That I actually believe that we are a relatively clean and tidy collective. Like for real, for real. Now, that doesn't mean, because like my room is not the best, but I wouldn't say that it's like dirty. It might be out of order for the most part, but I don't think we're a dirty collective for real, for real. I know dirty collectives. I do not think we are a dirty collective.
No. Again, we can only go from what we see. From what we see, we might be one of the cleanest. You know what I'm saying? Who is cleaner? But hey man. Motherfuckers just don't want to get cooked on the pod, bro. That's
So they tighten.
they tighten up. That's what I'm saying. They tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Clothes put away.
Hey, fit
Taking off the
shoes
right.
next to
Yeah.
next to each other, lying straight.
You line straight. We know you walk into your house with your shoes on. Like, we gotta stop. But I don't know who that is.
Everybody's bed was made when I went into their room.
Yeah.
I know you. Every day you make your
Brush your
bed?
teeth twice a day. Nah, come on, bro. Nah.
Hey, right after we ate too, they run into the bathroom. Where you going, gang? Oh, I got to brush.
Nah, because there was one trip where I think like it wasn't just us four. There was like 7 people in there, so everyone is brushing. Okay, at the same damn time. Okay. Yo, whose towels who, man? I ain't trying to. Okay, bro. Okay.
Oh my god, you stupid.
Okay. Let's see. Who? What else do we got here? These are some crazy. Lighthearted one. Who? How would you rank us, gaming wise? Best gamer, worst gamer.
Sage is the best gamer. You know who's overrated? Damo is overrated. and maybe I gotta see him like play like Marvel Rivals or something like that to really like
The
help
way
the
he be
perspective
talking,
out.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, yo,
think
you
he
would think.
tens.
And mind you, then Sage will talk. It's real like, it's
It's
cool or whatever.
like I just hit.
Then we play. Sage is like Grand Wizard Unstoppable. Damo is like not too far above me who just started playing.
But yo,
I-
Omar, this is why when I said Damo ain't a shooter for real,
Yeah.
nah, bruh. He can hit a shot, okay? But we not sagging off of him just cause we don't want him in the paint. Like,
I'll say this. For the sake of like how much people actually play. Sage is 1, Damo is 2, you're 3, I'm 4. But I truly genuinely feel like if we all put the same amount of effort into like one game, the difference between me, you, and Damo would be like
now you put in 10 on it now. You put in 10 on it.
No, I promise you I'm not, dog. There's no reason why like after 10 years of playing 2K, because I think Damo's beat me like too many times. For real, for real. I know we haven't played too many times either, but I don't think he's beat me too many times, and I've beat him. And then the same thing with you. Like you started stepping back into 2K and started getting some games off. Though I'm telling you, the only one who is clear, not even questioning is Sage, but dog, Damo is not like the world beater that at least I thought he was. I thought he was the world. I thought when we started playing team up. I thought first off the board was gonna be like Damo. They went to like Vlad and Kobe and
I mean Vlad's Vlad.
No, but hey, I get it. I'm thinking he on that level he SOLZ. And then names kept coming, dog. And then I was like, oh, okay, hey, I see what's going on.
Word. Okay.
You ain't trying to say what was your order? You didn't say.
We had the exact same order.
Okay.
Sage, Damo, but I wasn't as disrespectful to Damo as you were.
He's good. He plays a lot. He's good though. He plays a lot. He's better than we're all better than the Discord though, so that ain't saying much.
Okay. All right. Couple more here. Let's see. Who do you really think is the brand risk of the pod?
Either you or Sage by accident. either you or Sage by accident. I don't really think that there's a probably you know what's crazy? I take it back. Me. Based off of the conversation that we had today, my perspective is now. Yeah, it's me.
Oh my God, I don't even know why this is a conversation, bro. God.
Based off of the conversation that we had today, it's me. My bad.
God. Took a guy from the industry really telling you. Okay, man.
I forgot just that fast. It's me.
Okay. God. Finally, some accountability here, guys. Am I right?
I literally forgot about. It's definitely me. It's definitely me. Unintentionally though. No, I'm trying to push the buttons. I ain't gonna cap. I'm trying to push the envelope.
Okay. Last one. What is up, yo? You introduced all these cheating questions to the community, bro.
Why you say that?
Cheating? No. Oh, well, I answered this prior. Like to hear your answer. Share any radical ideas you had that failed or didn't get any support from the group, and you can't say moving.
Oh, that's a great question.
I personally said the basketball pivot was misinterpreted by everyone involved. Yeah, I didn't give it a fair shake, man. That's cool.
I think you know what it is though. I understood the basketball pivot. I think as a collective though, Well, and my pushback to it is what ultimately happened. Um, was that it was gonna make it too easy for everybody to go into basketball. So where 2 basketball clips a pod or 2 a week or whatever, let's just say it was like 2 a week or whatever. It easily became like 3 and 4 and 5. Because it was just so easy. That was my whole thing about it. I understood what you were saying though. Even to this day, I still understand what you're saying. Like the clips that go out, 3 basketball, 1 non-basketball. I still like the formula. I just think that it was like so easy to go into basketball. Really, we should have quit basketball sooner. I see cardiac, and I was gonna say somebody should remind me of what it was. I still don't even think that it failed. I just think that all of this stuff is mismanaged, like long term. But my push on like quitting short form content. My push on quitting short form content. I don't know if you would agree or disagree.
What was the question again? Was it
It was
the one that you? Is it something that you believe in that we just?
it. What wasn't it? What wasn't it? No. It was. Oh yeah, one that either failed, like an idea
so
of yours.
Is that an
failed.
idea that failed in your eyes, or you just didn't get enough support from the group? Or
Dang, I feel like that was another one that was like it didn't get enough shake. I know. I'll say this. Ultimately, we went with it, but then there's the conversation about it failing and not working. But I still can't say that it necessarily failed. I don't know if you feel like when we quit shorts, it failed.
I don't even remember when we did. I'm gonna be honest with you.
We quit shorts sometime. It was like when we started to hit that drop. Like we had shorts booming with the Meg Thee Stallion clip, all that stuff. YouTube was pumping out all the whatchamajigs. They had the short form incentive program.
Mm-hmm.
And then that stopped, and then the views like got cut in half or whatever. So then we ended up paying more in shorts for the editors than we actually received. And I was like, yo, if we're not making this money from that, why don't we take that money and put it somewhere else?
Oh yeah.
And if I remember correctly, I got a good amount of pushback. I eventually got you. I eventually got Damo. Sage was very much against it. And then we stopped doing it.
Yeah, you were very big on conversion rate back then. And I was like, I guess, but the rate of conversion has never been big. Even from the beginning. So that point never hit with me.
I do think, yeah, that's what Cardiac is saying. Low views plus conversion rate is what I was saying. But what I will say to my defense, because I can take it if people if I'm saying this, if us four like come to the conversation like, yeah, that's what I can take it. I still think my point stand, because what was understated or what wasn't even talked about then, the algorithm had changed. And so even the nature of like repurposed content or content not specifically for, short form, like that's not specifically made for short form, wasn't working. And even now we're still seeing like, it's not necessarily working on TikTok. It's not necessarily working on YouTube. It's not necessarily working. So the focus should have been making short form content like with intentionality. But I was trying to put the money somewhere else. So
yeah,
I'll take that one.
Also, I'll put this on there. Respect to them. You know what I'm saying? Friend of the pod. Love them. But the partnership with the dojo was a failure, man. I'm sorry.
Think so?
I think so. I think just from the perspective of like, we brought in this really big content house and became too hands off to a fault. Like, especially like, I felt like bringing them in, for me personally, I can't say this for everyone, was the excuse of like, okay, now we're at a point where I just gotta show up for the pod and that's it. And I don't know how everyone else felt, but for me, that was the case. And some of their strategies I didn't agree with. Like they were the ones really pushing for extremely cut up
shorts.
Not even shorts, the pod.
Like,
yeah. You remember those pods where they were like an hour 20 long and we was getting mad complaints over it?
Yeah.
That was them. So, respect to them. But yeah, I think in hindsight, we should have been more hands on with the project as a whole.
So then let me ask you this before we wrap this. Do you think that was a fault of them specifically, or the byproduct of bringing them in? Because that's my whole thing about what you just said about the whole basketball pivot. I think the basketball thing got misinterpreted, and the trickle down effects of like, okay, we're gonna focus on basketball, branding wise, came with this byproduct of like, oh, let's just do a bunch of basketball clips. It's so easy to talk about basketball. Let's just do it. So then the byproduct of bringing in other people, not necessarily like this a bad thing to bring in these people, but the byproduct is, fuck it, I just got to show up.
Yeah, no. I think that's why I said the partnership with them was a failure. Like a partnership is a two-way street. So I didn't like. I wouldn't say I would also not put it all on us, but it is definitely not a one-sided thing of like, damn, we just brought in the wrong team and they fucking sucked at their job. Like it definitely wasn't that. We were at fault with certain things. They were at fault with certain things, and it just didn't work out. I feel like now though, if we revisited the conversation with them, I think they, as a collective, I think they have gotten better with their processes as well, and just understanding more creators. Because I think when we work with them, we were, from my understanding, we were still like one of the first ones they really like managed, and especially to the level of touch and degree that we whatchamacallit, like work with them with. Like that probably wasn't something that they were used to at the time. But now,
so you saying let's run it back? That's what you're saying.
If the budget's there, but that's a budgeting issue now. But
I agree with you though. I agree with you. No pushback. No pushback. No pushback.
Okay.
Go in.
Well, before we go, any last words, pod related? Let's just say people think this is gonna start a war. What would you say to that?
Maybe it's time for us to talk again. I don't think it'll start a war, and I'm never about war, or beef or whatever. Now, if we want to get the content off, we can definitely get the content off. I have no problem with doing a round of everybody booting up their streams, some people getting their clips off. I'm down for it.
Damo reacting to this. He should.
Yeah. My fiance is busy this weekend, so I'm gonna be home and bored. I have no problem with doing it. But on a serious note, this is a life thing. If somebody says something about you, investigate if there's like real truth behind it before getting defensive. So like if Damo gets defensive about me and my comments about him playing a video game, investigate the record. Investigate the facts. Omar just started playing games. You haven't beaten them 20,000 times. You're not blowing them out by 20. Sage is blowing them out by 20 and 30. Okay, I can kind of see where he's coming from a little bit. But if I was just lying, that's a different story, But just investigate that. And we'll come to the table. Whenever, if we ready to have a real conversation, I'd love to have a real conversation.
This motherfucker said, if you can't handle the truth, that's on you. That's what he wanted to say. We should take those breaks though too. We never really got into that. We should take those breaks, those long extended breaks. Okay. Individually or like
individually.
As a group?
No, individually. We should take those long extended breaks. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay. You continue your stream, buddy. Continue your stream.
Man. You have a good night.
Bye, Pops.
Peace. Oh, God, chat. Oh, God. Bren, what did we do, bruh? What did we do? Oh, wallahi. We got 145 in here, too. Y'all are some chatty Cathys, bro. God! Yeah. Cardiac, you was right, bro. Let's keep it a buck war, part 75. God. It is what it is. So, Zoe Spencer, right? God, the Parasocial's about to come out. God. All right, let's get into Miss Spencer, man. Miss Spencer. Shout out to the 142, 145. Look at the chatty Cathy's already leaving. Yo, like the stream, pussy. Tired of this. All right, let's get into the Zoe Spencer shit. Okay. So, let me pull up all the tweets so this goes smoothly. Okay? Okay. So, boom. Because that's been a problem with my man. Pulling up too many links. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we're lost in the sauce and things of that nature. Okay. So, Lil Rodney's son's birthday was yesterday, right? So they celebrated it with the bros, you know, AMPG League. I think they call them the Clover Boys. I don't know. Okay, they're celebrating it. There's a funny clip of of them giving him a gift, and it was his dad because he makes all them dad jokes. That was funny as fuck. Shout out to Lil Rodney, man. Mad funny guy. But this clip has been making the rounds. And they're saying Lil Rodney's a little too harsh on Miss Zoe Spencer here.
Nah, I'm cool. Chill, Brody. Chill, Brody. I ain't on that. Not that. Chill. We don't give a fuck. Chill, Brody. Come on, she beating already. Happy birthday. Get up. She beating, doing too much. She with me. She good. Pull up. She wild and all that falling niggas. Nah, don't. Pull up. Go with her. No. You trying to force it, gang. She wilding already.
I'm out. Say no more.
Yeah, she falling all over the place.
Oh, hell no. She from Brooklyn, gang.
Oh hell no, she from Brooklyn. Okay. So I don't know if this is Zoe and Rodney's first time meeting. I don't know, you know, what really happened here, right? But they bring in Zoe, right?
I ain't on that. Give a fuck. Chill, Brody. Come on, she beating already.
Happy birthday.
Get up.
For even before she came in, he already didn't want her to pop up. She comes into the room, stumbling and shit.
She beating already.
Immediately, man, she already falling and shit. Get the fuck out. Right?
Get up. She beating, doing too much. She with me. Falling niggas, nah, don't.
Pull up.
Go with her.
No.
You trying.
Okay, really being persistent. You gotta get the fuck out. So the question of the day is he bugging for this? Is he justified for this? Because what I later show y'all is like Zoe actually had a problem with this. I mean, I can't blame him, bro. She always be on 10 and trying to do too much. Y'all ain't never had a homegirl you hate. It's not really that serious. All right, talk to me, chat. Is he bugging? So let's look at some of the replies over here. That was kind of wild if they just met. She just trying to say happy birthday. He has an ego. We'll watch this in a second, and we'll watch this in a second. I guess we can watch this. Like, a part of the conversation is that she has a history of doing too much, okay? She has a history of doing too much.
Dre, I got y'all dude. Y'all can start sucking dick now.
I bit him. Why you didn't forget?
Okay. So a lot of this is, oh my God. Okay. a lot of this is essentially everyone saying Zoe bugging. You know what I'm saying? She always doing too much. Lil Rodney's son already know about her. So let's just nip the bud before it gets out of hand. Okay. And they actually had, well, this is Zoe and Ty Lil getting into it right here.
I came to say happy birthday. That's it. Get out of here with all that extra shit. Get out of here with all that extra shit. Get out of my room. I don't play like that. I don't play like that. For the room, full of men that are not laughing. Everybody's looking at me seriously. Stop laughing in my face.
Listen.
You on this?
Yes. Listen.
Chat, get the fuck off of me.
Instead of...
It's weird. I just came in the room to say happy birthday.
Yo, he always
get out of here with all that extra shit. No, I don't. But I understand y'all do that. I don't know him from a can of paint. So I came to say happy birthday. Nobody's gonna kick me out of their room like I'm some goofy goober bitch. I'm not a goofy goober.
He tried to kick me out, but I know.
Des just said I felt that too. That was a little crazy.
No, that's what I understand.
Des just said I felt that too. That was a little crazy.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Des just agreed with me.
You don't know him. That's what I'm saying.
But I know him from a hole in the wall. I came to say happy birthday.
I'm gonna be honest. That's kind of crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. I think okay. So this is the thing. I don't think this is a situation that can just be taken in a vacuum. This is clearly a content house. Motherfuckers know each other, and they're in the same community. So if Lil Rodney sees Zoe come in, it's not just a random girl coming in saying happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, she clearly got a stigma on her, you know what I'm saying, of doing too much. So when Lil Rodney's son sees her walk into the room, it's not just on some, oh, this is some random chick that wants to say happy birthday. It's on some Zoe Spencer's in my room, and this is about to get, you know what I'm saying, it's about to get mad annoying. But I also see her perspective of like, man, I'm just trying to say happy birthday, chill. Like, can you tell me that I'm doing too much before you kick me out the fucking room? Like, god damn. But this is, let me see. This is kind of the aftermath of the situation. So this is not some ongoing beef shit. I'm pretty sure they already chopped it up, just for clarity's sake. But this is their interaction after the fact.
Damn, like, what you got
Little
against
angry
me?
man, what you got against me? I came in saying happy birthday.
You was like,
I almost fell. Like, and first of all, what's wrong with I can't move my shoulders?
like, you was moving drunk, like.
I'm not drunk. I just drove.
Why you falling though? Like,
why did I fall?
Yeah, that threw me off.
You think that was a fall?
Yeah. So, somebody play the clip. Where the clip at?
Let's watch it together and tell me if that was a fall, because I think you got something that's like, maybe you got dyslexia with the eyes or some shit. Because
you trying to be funny?
I'm not trying to be funny.
Look at your nose. Look at your acne. Clean your face, baby. Like,
I mean,
I don't have them problems. I'm cool. Put your face together. Drink your water.
I mean,
know what they say? Acne on the face.
All right.
Something else gotta be off. What happened? I'm from Baltimore. What happened with the, like, why you?
Jordan, stop.
When you give me them little eyes like that, you think that we gonna be scared? When you doing like that? When he give you them real serious eyes like me. Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, they trying to get it off. They trying to get it off. Bro.
Can you take the dog out of the room, please? Because she's smoking.
Damn, even the dog getting kicked out.
Are you sure? No, she doesn't want it on.
Nah, that's kind of crazy. Okay, so that's another clip. I think there's another clip over here of them whatchamacallit, clearing the air on things. Okay. Is this one?
I don't even care about it no more. It's fine. You already here. It's good. I didn't mean nothing. Like, I didn't even mean nothing by for it. I did want you to get out, but it was just like some like regular shit. I thought that was normal to be able to tell people to like get out your room.
No.
I feel like if roles was reversed and you'd have told me get out,
I wouldn't
have felt no way. I would have got out and went.
I wouldn't have, because I know who you are. I wouldn't have said, yo, get out. I also
wouldn't have came in falling.
But I was happy to meet you, and it was your birthday, so I didn't fall. It would have been a different story if I would have fell. I went on a wall, like, I ain't dropped nothing broke. It was my body that hit the wall, and you think that's too much? Then
I mean, your body is T. So. Shit might hit the wall. You heard me.
Let me tell you right now, bro. And I know Omar's still in the chat. If Omar was a younger streamer and he was really trying to push on the Twitch streaming space, he will be Lil Rodney's son, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. And it would be the funniest shit. It would be the funniest shit. So, all right, this is the real conversation I really want to have. Is just this notion that Zoe Spencer is doing too much. And one, if it's an act, and two, if it's like something necessary that she needs to do to achieve her goals within the streaming space. Because this is a conversation we had on the last pod with Mary. Shout out to Mary, friend of the show. Just specifically within the WRL community, the things you gotta do to reach certain heights in the WL community as a female streamer, right? And at this point, Zoe Spencer is one of the biggest female streamers within the in the WL community. If you want to count Cinna in that, Cinna's in that conversation. Mari's in that conversation. There's probably a couple other people that I'm missing in this conversation. But Zoe's definitely one of them. So one of the parts of the conversation was, you know, women within this space specifically trying to cater to a male audience. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be hyper, trying to act hyper in front of the camera, trying to act, I guess, tomboyish. I don't know if that's the right word, in front of the camera to succeed within the space, because this is a male-dominated space. The conversation I really want to have is, do y'all think it's necessary? Like, this is a byproduct of Zoe needing to act like this out of necessity to succeed in the space that she's wanting to succeed in. Because I would make an argument that it low-key is, at its current state and form. I think it is. And that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure it's a character. I'm pretty sure she's just pandering to her audience. I guess I don't know her enough, but I don't know if she acts like this off the camera. But what does it really say that she feels the need to act like this in front of the camera? Act different, do too much, and things of that nature, just to get success within the space. Or she feels as if like it's a necessary part in her getting respect within the space. Because I think that conversation we had on the pod was just very interesting. The hurdles that women have to go through within the WL community, specifically on Twitch too. Like, I think Twitch demographics is much different from YouTube demographics, and I really wish, at least on the female side, they just embrace YouTube streaming much more than what they do, because there is a bigger female audience on YouTube. So if it's about catering a female audience for your streams, you will probably succeed more on YouTube. But it's this notion of like the cool streamers are on Twitch, that a lot of people want to stream on Twitch just for that reason. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a problem with current Twitch culture, is people feeling like it's the only option for them to succeed in streaming. I think that's a problem within content creation as a whole, is this narrow-minded mindset that a lot of people have, because their favorite streamers are doing the content creators that they see are doing X, Y, and Z, so that they believe the only pathway to success is doing what their favorite content creators are doing, when the content space is so big that is not the case whatsoever. That's not the case whatsoever. So, you know, there's two routes to really go with this. Is like, should you switch to a platform that has a more female audience? Or are there things that you can do to truly change the landscape of Twitch for it to be more accommodating to women and women audiences? And that question right there is I don't know. I don't know. I think the shift is like way too crazy. But we've also seen Twitch streamers really change the landscape. You know, I think Kai himself is a perfect example of this. Aiden is an example of this. There are specific streamers that come into the space and really change the game. And really change the notions of what these platforms can be. And all it takes is one of those breakthrough content creators to break through the space, and things will change for the better. Things will change for the better. Because, again, the reality is, if you look at Zoe's community, a majority of the motherfuckers are men. A majority of the motherfuckers are men. A majority of those people are little boys. There's not a lot of little girls in there. Not a lot of women in there. Maybe relative to the male counterparts, yes. But in totality, there's still not a lot of women in there. So, and I feel like if she changed up her content to cater to women, she's going to lose a lot of her audience. They're going to move on to someone else. And her numbers are going to be down, and she's going to feel this pressure of needing to pander back to the community that she started. So it becomes this catch-22 cycle of like, what do I do? What do I do? But yeah, I think that's just interesting. I think that's just interesting because I do agree that Zoe does too much from what I know of her, but it's also like a damn. I mean, she kind of has to. I think she kind of has to, for better or for worse. You know what I'm saying? Like even Mari, even Senna to a degree, they've had to do some, you know what I'm saying? Some wild shit to get the clip off, cater to a male audience. You know what I'm saying? Really dig deep. Not really dig deep, but really lean into relationship content, getting shit with another male streamer to really get their shit off. But we'll see, bro. We'll see. Because it's not like women don't use social media. That's the thing. It's not like women don't use social media. It's not like there aren't content creators out there that have a really big women audience, on YouTube or even in the podcasting space. Like Call Her Daddy, the podcast, crazy women audience. The Kylie Kelsey podcast, crazy women audience. Emma Chamberlain, a lot of women follow her. Hell, a lot of the gay creators in the women's space have a really big the gay creators in the women's space. The gay creators in the beauty space, have a lot of women in their community. I'm pretty sure like peak James Charles, peak Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. I don't even know if y'all know these names. They had a really big women audience. So all of that to say, women use social media. It's just for Twitch streamers specifically, they play by a different rule set. And I don't know if it's a path that ultimately is going to be rewarding for them, because I think they're inherently capped off because of the nature of Twitch streaming specifically. And I think that's important to make a distinction of, is the difference between Twitch streaming culture and the rest of streaming culture. Like Kick is a derivation of Twitch streaming culture, but the way Twitch thinks about streaming and thinks about content creation, this is just streamers as a whole now. The way Twitch streamers think about content, chat, I'm telling you right now, is so different from how the rest of the content world thinks about creating content. And I experienced this firsthand trying to be a Twitch streamer myself. Like, if you told me 5 years ago it would even be attractive for me to stream 4 or 5 times a week, streaming for 4 to 5 hours plus each, I would have called myself crazy. You know what I'm saying? Creating this type of this medium of content where there's so much dead space. Like, I come from a content world where you cut out the dead space. You know what I'm saying? You cut out the dead space. You cut out the fluff. It's bad to leave fluff in. But here comes this content medium where there's so much silence. There's so much dead space. There's so much like non-content going on. You know what I'm saying? And I think ultimately that's going to be the downfall of a lot of these Twitch streamers that don't come from YouTube, is that they don't really know how to make content for real. I know that's a whole different tangent now. I'm not even putting that on Zoe. But these aspiring Twitch streamers that want to make Twitch their main thing and don't want to grow anywhere else before they dive into Twitch streaming, I think that's going to be their main downfall, bro. They don't know how to create content for real, outside of the scope of being entertaining on stream. Do you think a lot of people fall into streaming because they can't create? Good question, oh Meezy. I think partially. I think a big part of it is, again, this notion that it's the wave. You know, when being a YouTuber was the wave, everyone wanted to be a YouTuber. When TikTok was the wave, everyone wanted to be a TikToker. But now that Twitch streaming has become extremely popular, it's the thing that people want to go to because it's the meta. Like, certain streamers have literally said this. It's the meta to be a streamer now. When it's not. Well, it is, but that's that like one set track mindset that I'm talking about. But also, a part of it is that a lot of creators want to have the success of content creation without actually knowing how to create content. So what do I mean by that? When you stream, it is actually the lowest barrier to entry when it comes to creating content. Because just by hitting go live, you are technically already creating content. You don't have to plan out a video. You don't have to record multiple takes. You don't have to learn how to edit. You don't have to learn how to be a designer. You do have to learn how to market yourself, but that's also a part of being a YouTuber, learning how to market yourself. You creating the content is literally hitting go live. And if you stream for 4 to 5 hours, you get the sense of like, oh, I just created content for 4 to 5 hours. When in reality, out of those 4 to 5 hours, the actual content creation that you did, to be honest with you, was probably only 30 minutes. Like, I'm going to keep it a whole stack. The actual effort that you put in, probably 30, 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Square peg into a round hole. Some of these people are short form creators but are forcing the streams. You just wasted your time for real. Hey, man. And the crazy part is that a lot of the biggest streamers in the world, they just didn't start off with streaming, like full stop. They didn't start off with streaming. They built their platform somewhere else so that when they got into streaming, they had like a solid base, a solid foundation, and then expanded out. You know what I'm saying? I think the reason why Kai has been such a successful content creator, successful streamer, I think the reason why Kai specifically has become such a successful streamer is because of the fact that he came from YouTube and took all the practices from YouTube onto Twitch. The reason why Agent has succeeded on Twitch is because he understood what it took to grow on YouTube and took those practices onto Twitch. I think it's also a reason why the older generation of streamers have had a tough time adjusting to the new age streamer, is because a lot of them, again, they don't know how to create content. They don't know how to create content. And they had to have like a really big learning curve of how to repurpose their content, how to become more entertaining on content, especially as like they became more game reliant. Like, I think that's a part of like why Ninja started hating on this new generation. And he, you know, I've seen some of the podcasts with him. I think a lot of it is like misconstrued points with him, so I'll give him that. But I think it's his notion of like streaming to him used to be this one thing, and then it became this next thing, and he just wasn't ready to adapt with the times. So now he's kind of attributing it to just like, the space is changing and it's just not for me. It's just not for me. I think honestly, we're seeing a shift right now, even with the new generation. Even with the new generation. I think I always bring this up, bro. I always bring this up. And this was a couple years ago. Bruce was on a call. Phantom talked to Bruce. Like, he shared the story on the stream, where Bruce was like, damn, streaming used to be this one thing. It used to be desktop streams. It used to be chilling with your community. It used to be gaming, all of that. And then what it's become, I just don't fuck with. And then he stopped streaming. He fell off, and now here we are. But I think a lot of streamers that have blown up over these last couple of years, now that IRL streaming is a big part of the meta, they're having trouble adjusting. They're having trouble adjusting because for years, they relied on reactions, right? For years, they relied on reactions. For years, they relied on just having a guest on. For years, they relied on Reddit reactions, E-dates, GTA 5 RP. And now that the meta is getting off your feet, touching grass and going outside, some of these motherfuckers just aren't ready for that pivot. And now they're being left behind. Some people are taking advantage of it. Some people aren't, So it's crazy when you see so many meta changes in such a short time. You would think people would stay away. The IRL space is turning into vlog era just live. I had that take a year ago. I think IRL streaming is just the new age vlog. And that's a part of... Because I think a lot of people really want to be vloggers, but again, don't want to make the time or take the time to know how to edit and record for it, which I low-key get as well. Like, I think a lot of us want to get into content creation, not to learn how to edit, not how to make thumbnails, but to really be a creator. But yeah, I think IRL streaming is just the new era of vlogging, but I think it's a lazier form of vlogging, a much lazier form of vlogging. Like, I'm sorry, shout out to Speed. Don't even, like, and I know this is an extreme. A Speed stream to a Casey Neistat vlog, come on, bro, we gotta stop. We gotta stop from a production level. We gotta stop. Let alone the other, like, at least when Speed goes live, he's only live for 2 hours and he's moving. He's really like going about doing events and shit. But a lot of these IRL streamers, I'm telling you right now, bro, the literal differentiation between them and everyone else is literally just them being outside. That's it. They go outside, it's scenery that a typical streaming audience isn't used to, because a typical streaming audience is used to motherfuckers at their desk, like myself right now. So them just being outside, like literally sitting, you know what I'm saying? Literally sitting on top of grass, on their phone, reading chat, is this is crazy content. Yo, this is wild. Whoa, this is unseen territory. I think that's how new the streaming space is still, chat. I'm being so serious, and that's why a lot of people are high on it right now, is because it's still so new. There's still a lot of space to grow, where things that worked on YouTube in the early days, you just have to apply that to a stream, and you got yourself a banger stream. You know what I'm saying? Even the React meta. React videos were already a thing. Take that onto the live, and boom, that's a whole new type of content. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new type of content. So now we're in this phase where vlogging era, we'll just take that over to YouTube. We'll just take that over to live streaming. There's gonna be a point where you are gonna see live streams very similar to like a Mr. Beast video. I'm being so serious. Like, you will see a live stream that will give the feeling of a Mr. Beast production, and it'll be the meta. It'll be the meta. We're low-key already seeing it, the transition with events-based streaming becoming a bigger thing, with Kai hosting these big events, with NBA production behind it. We're already honestly seeing it. It's only a matter of time. I'm telling you. I think we're gonna live in there's gonna be a time period, chat, in my opinion, where streams are actually gonna become shorter, but they're literally gonna be like when like a Netflix episode premieres. There's gonna be a streamer out there that's gonna have extremely high production value. They're gonna stream for an hour. Within that hour, you're gonna get the highest quality content. You're gonna get peaks that are crazy because it's, you know, content that you can't miss. And that's gonna be that. That's gonna be the meta of streaming. I think, again, a lot of this is just a cycle. Like, low-key, a YouTube premiere is already that. Low-key. When someone, I think the next wave is someone making a YouTube premiere to just a regular live stream. And that's going to be that. Harrison Barnes just hit a game winner on the Warriors. God damn, that's tough. That's tough. But, yeah, I don't know where I went with that rabbit hole. Definitely just yapped it up. Long story short, Zoe Spencer, I'm praying for you. I am praying for you. Okay. Let's see what other yaps we got. Okay. So this is a little old. So, Aiden Ross reveals he has made a 30,000 let me see that again. Aiden Ross reveals he has made 30,000 from a single kick stream thanks to their new partner income program, which pays partner streamers by the hour. 50 viewers equals $10 an hour. 1,000 viewers equals $100 an hour. Bro. So let's watch the clip.
Aiden, do not call it KCA IP anymore. This is called the partner income, the partner program. Any kick partner can make money based off of viewership. It's very hard to be exact. 1,000 viewers is $100 an hour. 100 viewers is $100 an hour, right? No, sorry, $10 an hour. No, wait, that's not right. Wait, 50 sorry guys, I'm retarded. Wait, no, 50 guys, if you average 50 viewers, I think it's $10 an hour. So check it out, right? So look, chat, listen. If you're a streamer who averages 50 viewers, you stream on Kick, without subs, you're making minimum wage, okay? So if you guys are trying to get started with your streaming careers, Aiden,
1,000 viewers equals 100 an hour. So Kick has definitely been a platform that's innovated in terms of how to pay content creators. I just think ultimately, Omar said, get a job. One, this is a take that I've been consistently having on this podcast. Bro, everyone is trying so hard just to not get a job. I swear to God, a regular job is not that bad. I swear. Like, y'all are fighting tooth or nail just to become a streamer. Bro, just get a job on everything. But second of all, I think when it comes to monetizing on a streaming platform, as a person who has a little bit of background in this, I think ultimately you can never rely on just paying your top streamers a flat amount. And you can also never ultimately rely on some sort of creator fund to pay your streamers. I think the reason why YouTube and Twitch have been so successful is that they have developed scalable, keyword scalable monetization, right? The more viewership you bring in, the more you retain that audience, the more money you make. The less you do, the less you make. You know what I'm saying? And the problem with these flat rates per hour, and even on the biggest creators, just giving them a big bag, is that it makes these streamers very complacent. It makes these streamers very complacent, and it ends up backfiring on your platform because now you just have creators showing up for the bag instead of using that capital to grow their streams. You know what I'm saying? To grow their streams, to put it back into the business. I'm telling you right now, a lot of those kick streamers that got those big contracts, they saw those big contracts as just that. You know, I think to Aiden's credit, I think he is the only one who viewed partnering with Kick as a partnership to make better content. Everyone else just said, yo, they're paying me to stream on here. I'm getting a bag. And that's that. I ain't changing anything up. I'm not about to reinvest into my content. When in reality, that's literally why they're paying you. Is to, one, bring your current audience to the platform, but also to give you the resources to grow even more. But that's why when you give people a flat hour rate or a flat bag rate, it just never works out. There has to be some sort of ownership component to it. There has to be some sort of scalable monetization model here where if I bring in more viewers, I get more money. And it does exist here a little bit with the per hour rate going up by your viewer count, right? But my biggest fear is a kick streamer taking this as, okay, if I get to 50 viewers, right? Or let's just say the rate is $25 an hour at 150. All right, I'm going to get to 150. Once I get to 150, I'm going to just chill, right? I'm going to just chill. I'm going to clock in my hours as long as I can maintain that 150 and clock the fuck out. I just think this payment structure right here just promotes complacency. And I think that's where Twitch and YouTube have really figured it out. The more viewers you bring in, the more money you make. I think it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. The equation should never be the more viewers you bring in, you make the same amount of money, or the more viewers you bring in, the less money you make. That should never be the equation when it comes to monetization. But yeah, this is interesting though. This is interesting. I will say I've been a doubter of Kick. I still think it's not a good option for a lot of streamers, but especially since that wave where they lost a lot of big streamers and Aiden like threatened to leave, I have seen a decent amount of innovations within their product that have made me a little bit more optimistic about what they're doing. But yeah, I'm still not that high on them. For real. You got to be a top 100 streamers on Kick to at least be doing 1,000K views or 1K views. Yeah, that's tough. It's just Kick just disappoints me because I think they just missed the mark so much on what streamers wanted from a new platform. Like, they focus so much on free speech and just a higher sub split that they forgot about everything else. I think ultimately there's clearly a need for a streaming platform with dedicated discoverability for small streamers to grow. And Kick was just like, we're just going to be a Twitch clone, but you can get your edgy content off here, and we have a 95-5 split. Like, bro, what the fuck? That's not what we wanted. We just wanted a streaming platform where as a small streamer, you can actually grow. To be honest with you, literally keep everything else, just fix the discoverability, and we might hop over. For real. Nevertheless, this just popped on my For You page on Twitter. So let's go ahead and watch it.
The debate has gotten out of hand. First, you guys tried to say that Sarah J isn't top 10. Now you're trying to say that Pinky wasn't even in the top 20. Now I have to give you guys a goonery lesson in my top 10. My top 10 will be ranked on longevity, who they face in their prime, and of course...
Yo, what the fuck? Who they face in their prime? Not porn competition. Not that.
Of course, who I had the most of in my collection. Number 1, my
Collection?
GOAT, Cherokee. She faced everyone in their prime. Charlie Mack, Wesley Pipes, Brian Pumper, and she had chemistry with all of them. All
Is Brian Pumper a man?
time great performances, plenty of classics. It is undeniable that she is the GOAT. She faced a young, hungry, up-and-coming future legend in J-Mac. Put her up against the best of the best today, and she still will dominate. Number 2, I'm going to admit now I wasn't a big fan, but she faced the greats and collaborated with my GOAT Cherokee plenty of times, Pinky. Pinky was a true pioneer of her time.
Hey, Omar, this your bag. I know that.
She's one of the first women to be fully independent with her own website. She gave other women exposure through her website. She gave back to the game. Her decline was steep.
The Aiden Ross of porn, right?
It was like watching Shaq on the Celtics towards the end. If you look at the old Vlad TV interviews, you will see what she was going through, and you will give respect for the performances that she put on while she was going through all of that. Number 3, Jada Fire, straight killer. She made scenes better with just her presence, went up against the best of the best, collaborating with
She got that aura, chat.
the best of the best.
She got that
Number
aura.
4, one of the veterans in the game. She was more than a pretty face. She did all the dirty work. Olivia O'Lovely.
Where is Lisa Ann in these conversations? I feel like she gets a little bit too forgotten about when it comes to motherfuckers that was really number 1 for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Lisa Ann was up there now. But hey.
She went up against all the greats, collaborated with the greats. Ask your uncle about those double-sided DVDs. He will sit you down and tell you about how great that woman was. Number 5, Maya G. She came in the game at a later age. The industry spits young women in and out to this day.
No, he gotta stop with this young woman narrative, bro.
But she stuck around. She was a consistent top performer. She put on classics with Nat Turner and Lex Steele. She never had that mainstream classic, but if you know, then you know.
He sound like he's talking about comic book characters right now.
Number 6, this one's a little controversial, I'm going to admit. Alexis Texas. Yes, I know she did not go up against the best of the best. We know why she didn't do it. We're not going to talk about it. If you look at the performances she put on, you have to admit the talent was undeniable. We're not going to talk about the history. It's messy. We're going to move on to number 7. Jayla Fox was very underrated. Consistent top performer. She never had that big classic moment, but she always delivered. Number 8 was one of the women that was featured on Pinky's website back in the day, and that is Julie Cash. She had big crossover appeal, lots of mainstream success. She played in both leagues. After doing my research on Julie, though, she did not go
X videos and Pornhub? What are the leagues? What are the leagues? Does he consider pre and post OnlyFans as like pre and post merger?
against a lot of the elite names, but she was a consistent top performer. Number 9, y'all are trying to clown her on her looks, but in her prime, it was undeniable. Sarah J. On pure longevity and effort alone, she is a top 10 performer. Number 10, she was very slept on, but Blondie Fesser had an amazing look, and she was a consistent performer. She did not have a lot of big matchups in her prime, but she stayed.
Wait a goddamn minute. Do we got the same glasses? Oh, hell nah. Yo, are these the same glasses? Nah, they're a little different. I got the goon glasses, chat. The goon goggles. I got the goon goggles. Hold on. Nah, that's crazy. Let me put those down.
Stayed in her lane and she dominated it.
What's wrong with folks, bro? What's wrong with folks? I know you got rejected from monetization too on TikTok. So you really just want to get that shit off. Bro. Yo, someone said this Marvel Rivals. No! They said this Marvel Rivals. I'm dead. He ain't wrong, though. He ain't wrong. God. All right, let's see what else is on my TL before we get up out of here, man. Because the TL is always wilding. Always wilding. Emma Frost can get it. I told y'all Emma Frost looks like Sarah J. I told y'all that. All right, let's see what else we got. A lot of Luka stuff. Yo, this dude Jokic is just coaching now. Jokic is just, yeah, nah. I'm surprised I haven't gotten into Marvel Rivals for real. Super Unk?
See? Hell no. I'm talking about. Oh yeah.
What the fuck? What am I looking at?
Every bit. Oh, you look like Superman for real. Gotcha.
A black Superman.
A black Superman.
White Superman, his gender thing is green cut tonight.
Oh, okay.
Black Superman, they got shit on him.
Ain't got shit on you. I fuck with that. I fucks with. Oh shit.
Yeah. Hey.
I fuck with it. I fuck with it. Toya. Oh hell, you like to punch somebody. Let me see how you move there, Super. Do a magic punch. See?
Why Superman stick? Why is Superman stiff as hell, bro? Why is Yeah, no, that's funny as fuck. Alright, let's see what else we got on. I heard that Minecraft movie's actually good, chat. Is it time? I'm kidding. Let me see. That may be a chat. I wish I could react to music on YouTube. You know what's crazy, chat? I already got a couple Spotify episodes clapped because I had music in it. Spotify is not playing, by the way. Spotify is not playing with music now, bro. That shit is crazy. Is this how Sierra moving in 2025? Hold on. Oh fuck. She's watching. Did she make Body Party 2? Hold on. My body is your party, baby. All right, Chad. There's nothing else going on. I'm gonna close here. Actually, let me check the Let's Keep It a Buck comms. Nothing in the comms. Yo, submit some shit in the comms, bruh. Oh, I got beef with this dude right here. Let me get that off. I have invented the newest slang abbreviation. IKIAB. I'ma keep it a buck. We all will be using this. IKIAB. Stop it. It's LKIAB. It's been established, all right? This ain't no Damo OTF shit. Okay? We not doing this, bro. I am copyright claiming this bullshit. IKIAB, that don't even flow right. That don't even flow right. IKIAB. God, the L is essential. Word for word, bar for bar. This is what we're doing in Big 2025? Look at the caption. Not gonna lie, this shit hard. IKIAB. Come on, bro. I do feel like one of the things that held us back is our acronym not being 3 letters, man. I'm gonna just say it for branding purposes. I'm big on branding now, man. YRG, RDC, AMP, LKIAB. It just, one of these things is not like the other. Or TSO, OTF, SLZ. Just one of these things are not like the other. Okay, but I got beef with this dude, man. Let's see. All right, I think that's it, chat. With that being said, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Shout out to the 120 in the building. Shout out to the 120 in the building, right? If I don't see y'all tomorrow, there probably was a big meeting. If I do, that doesn't mean all of us are gonna be on. But the pod will be on, scheduled tomorrow at 8 p.m. That being said, I appreciate y'all for coming through. And I'm out of here.